Week we have discussed transfer pricing and divisional performance evaluation. Theory concepts we have already discussed and few past papers we have discussed. In order to go through the past papers, I have selected few past papers in the TUT itself. Therefore, we can start with 2012 December paper. 2012 December. We'll do that 2012 December paper, and there are another few past papers. Then we can get a brief idea or some idea about how to apply transfer pricing and divisional performance evaluation. Okay, first we'll read what it says. Hope Private Limited (HPL) is a divisionalized company having three divisional, namely food product, estate chemical and pigments. There are three divisions. I'll say food product, one division called food product. There's another division called estate chemical. There's another division called pigments. Okay, there are three divisions. Pigments. Okay. The performance of each division is measured separately and staff members are accordingly rewarded. Okay. Divisionally, we will measure the performance and rewards are based on that. The following is a summary of the financial prepared for the 6 month ended 30th September 2012. ඒ කියන්නේ මාස 6ක performance ටික දීලා තියෙනවා as at 30th September 2012. Summary of the revenue and profit for 6 month ended is given. Revenue, PBIT, profit before interest and tax given in each division. Okay. Balance sheet extract of each division as at 30th September 2012 also being given. Net book value of plant and equipment, that means net book value කියලා කියන්නේ කොහොමද? Cost minus accumulated depreciation asset 30th September being given. Net current asset, that means current asset minus current liability. Total given. Food product 268, estate chemical 358, 129 for pigments. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන්නේ capital employed දීලා තියෙනවා. Capital employed has been given. Following information is also provided. Okay. Food product division was started on 1st April 2012 with an investment of 244.43 million in plant and equipment. එහෙනම් 244.43 වලින් තමයි food product division එක පටන් ගෙන තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි net book value එක දැන් තියෙන්නේ 226.1 million. ඒ කියන්නේ after the depreciation. Cost of capital of the company 15%. Okay. Profit before interest and tax given above has been arrived at after deducting head office expenses at 2% on the revenue of each division. There's a general fixed production overhead allocation 2% from the revenue. එතකොට වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද? revenue එක වැඩි වෙන්න overhead cost එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Remember that particular cost is beyond the control of divisional managers because they are not responsible. They can't control. If their revenue going up, this related cost will be going up. Okay, head office expenses. The depreciation rate of plant equipment 15% on cost. Okay. The divisional performance of HPL is measured using the return on investment and residual income method based on controllable profit of each division. Underline controllable profits. And staff members are rewarded based on these results. HPL calculate ROI, RI using net book value of plant and equipment as at the reporting date. Okay. Reporting date is 30th September 2012. Okay. Net book value is also being given. The manager of estate chemical claims that their department is the best performing division of the company. Okay. Manager of estate chemical, he says that his division is the best performing division. We'll see it is accurate or not. You are the management accountant of the company and are required to assist the management in the following. Okay. Calculate return on investment and residual income for each division, and explain the validity of the claim made by manager of Estate Chemical. Okay. Now first we will look at, we are going to calculate ROI. We are going to calculate ROI, return on investment. When we are going to calculate return on investment, it says that we have to take controllable profit and net book value of the non-current asset as at reporting date, including net current asset as well. Okay. First we will look at controllable profit. Controllable profit. We need to calculate. First we will take profit before interest and tax. Profit before interest and tax being given 24.2 million. Estate Chemical 26.2 million. Pigment division 23.1 million. Okay. Out of that, look at the information given. It says that head office has charged, head office expenses 2% of the revenue of each division. When we are arriving profit before interest and tax, we have deducted head office expenses 2% from the revenue. That is not the part of controllable cost. Therefore, I will add allocated head office expense 2% on revenue. Okay. Food product division revenue 272 million into 2%, it should be 5.44 million. 5.44 million. ඒ කියන්නේ revenue එකෙන් 102ක්. revenue එක තියෙනවා 272 million into 2%, 5.44. Estate Chemical, not deduct, it should be added. Okay, it should be added. Estate Chemical, their revenue 425, 2% කියලා කියන්නේ 8.5 million. 8.5 million. Pigment division revenue 240 million, 2% කියලා කියන්නේ 4.8 million. 4.8 million. Other than that, there's no any other adjustment. Now you can calculate controllable profit. Controllable profit. Here it is 29.64 million. Estate Chemical 34.7 million. Pigment division 27.9 million. Now you can calculate ROI. How to calculate ROI? This is controllable profit. Controllable profit. Controllable profit. Now investment. As you can remember, investment. Okay, I will calculate here. It's already calculated. Investment or capital employed. Net book value of non-current assets or machinery, plant and equipment. I will say non-current asset. 226.1 million. 297.5 million. This is after deducting depreciation. 105 million. Okay, net book value of investment. Then I will add net current assets. Net current asset. That means current asset minus current liabilities. Net current assets given 41.9 million, 60.5 million, 24 million. Now you can calculate net investment or net capital employed. Capital employed. Net capital employed. Here it should be 268 million. Here it should be 358 million. Here it is 129 million. This is the capital employed amount. Okay, as at 30th September 2012. Now you can calculate ROI. ROI. How to calculate ROI? ROI equal controllable profit. Controllable profit divide by net capital employed. Net capital employed into 100. Net capital employed into 100. Okay, here 29.64 million divide by 268 million. What is the answer? %11.06%. 11.06%. Estate Chemical, they are controllable profit 34.7 million, capital employed 358 million into 100. Approximately 9.69%. 9.69. We'll look at the pigment division. 27.9 million is the controllable profit. Net capital employed 129 million into 100. You can get return on investment or return on capital employed 21.6. 21.63%. Okay. That is ROI. Then yeah, ඉස්සරලා කිව්වා the manager of Estate Chemical, he argued that his division is the highest profitable division. Sometime he might think about the controllable profit or profit before interest and tax. We can't decide like that. Reason the relative value of investment is different. Food product earned 29.64 while investing 268. Estate Chemical earned 34.7 while investing 358 million. Look at Pigment division earned 27.9 while investing 129 million. Relative size of the investment matters. Therefore, the manager of Estate Chemical division can't say that his division is the most profitable division. The reason is Pigment division generate ROI 21.63%. Therefore, highest profitable segment is Pigment, least profitable segment is Estate Chemical. Therefore, there is no validity by the claim made by manager of Estate Chemical. Clear? That is for return on investment. Now we have to calculate residual value of this investment. Okay, I will compute here. Food product, Estate Chemical, and pigments. Controllable profit. Food product division, it is 29.64 million. Estate Chemical, it is 34.7 million. Pigment division, 27.9 million. Okay. When we are going to calculate residual income, what we are going to do, we will remove the cost of capital charge. Okay. We have made the investment, look at 268 by food product, 358 by Estate Chemical, 129 by pigments division. Okay. This investment, we have to charge the cost of capital charge. Cost of capital charge is said that 15%. Cost of capital of the company is 15%. Hari, metana tiyenne me controllable profit tiyenne masa 6කට. Okay, annual interest rate, annual cost of capital rate is 15%. Then we have to calculate cost of capital charge for the net capital employed for a 6-month period. Therefore, I will deduct cost of capital charge for 6 months, because this performance being given for 6-month period. Cost of capital charge for 6 months. The profits being given for 6-month period. Okay. Food product division, 268 million they have invested. $268 million into 15% කියලා කියන්නේ 40.2. For a 6-month period, you have to take the half of it, 20.1 million. Then you will get residual income. Residual income here, 9.54 million. 9.54 million. Estate Chemical investment, 358 million into 15%, 53.7 for the annum for 6-month period. It should be 26.85 million. $7.85 million is the residual income. Pigment division, investment net capital employed, 129 million. 15%, 19.35 for 6 months, 9.675. 18.225 million is the residual income. Okay. Now you can see pigment division also generating highest residual income. Pigment division. Pigment division is the most profitable division because it generates highest RI and it generates highest return on investment. Okay. Now write down your conclusion. Disagree with the statement made by manager of estate chemical division, manager of estate chemical division, manager of estate chemical division. Based on the above computation, pigments division is the most profitable division in terms of both ROI and RI. Both ROI and RI. Okay, that part being done. Part A we have completed 5 marks. Part B, look at part B. Briefly explain 2 other factors that management should consider before evaluating performance of division using return on investment. What are the other factors they need to consider prior to make this ROI based evaluation? First difference, first concern, here it is food product. This is estate chemical, pigments. Same ROI will generate if they are operate in the same industry, but here they are not operating in same industry. Therefore, ROI of one division represents separate industry. As an example, food product division, is a separate industry and estate chemical is a separate industry. Therefore, 2 different divisions, their ROI will be different. Capital requirement will be different. Okay, revenue generation will be different. Margin will be different. Therefore, first method, when you are going to compare the divisional performance, you have to consider whether they are in similar industry or different industry. Therefore, when evaluating performance, it is more suitable to evaluate the performance with divisional performance against the industry benchmark. Clear? Therefore, first concern, write it down. All the divisions may generate same revenue or same ROI if they operate in same industry. If each division belongs to separate industry, division wise ROI is not a good measure for comparison. That's number 1. Therefore, ROI cannot be not suitable to use if the divisions are operating different industry. Simply it's that. Second one, when we are going to calculate ROI, have we considered the time value of money? No, we haven't considered. Another problem, when we are evaluating the divisional performance, have we considered the impact from the accounting estimates? Now here it says we have to consider amount after depreciation, accounting depreciation we have considered. Sometime economic depreciation to be taken. We haven't considered those because accounting estimates might distort the profit which we have reported. අපි මේ රෙකෝඩ් කරපු profit එක වැරදි විදිහට අර්ථකථනය කරන්න පුළුවන් accounting estimate යොදා ගන්න නිසා. The impact from accounting estimates also we have ignored when we are calculating ROI. Therefore, we have to consider what are the accounting estimates we are using. Okay. Second point, write it down. Second point, write it down. ROI ignores. ROI ignores time value of money. Time value of money. Time value of money. Third one, ROI ignores the impact from accounting estimates adapted by the entity. Fourth one, we have to consider level of divisional autonomy. How extent we have given the autonomy. Have we given the autonomy to make their own purchasing decision, make their own selling decisions? We have to look at whether how extent we have given the independence to the divisional managers. Fourth one, write it down. The extent of divisional autonomy. The extent of divisional autonomy. That's done. Part C we will look at now. The following proposal has been made by the manager of food product division. This is a separate one. Proposal for food product division. It has been proposed to buy a noodles manufacturing plant at a cost of 70 million. Okay, 70 million, which will generate a contribution of 38 million per annum. Annual fixed cost of the division will increase by 3.4 million excluding depreciation. Management will accept the proposal if it does not dilute the current ROI and residual income of the division after the implementation of the proposal. Evaluate the proposal of the food product division for the period of 6 months, underline, for the period of 6 months, and advise the management on the acceptance of the project using ROI and RI criteria, provided that the division can get the same profit from the existing business for the next 6 month period. Okay. Net current assets of the division will increase by 10 million due to acceptance of the proposal. Food product. අපි බලමු food product division එකේ දැන්ට තියෙන තත්ත්වය තමයි currently they are generating controllable profit of 29.64 with ROI of 11.06. Okay, and residual income currently 9.54. Okay, I will summarize current performance. Food product division current situation. ROI equal 11.06%. Residual income, how much is it? It is 9.54 million. Okay. Now we will see if we accept this investment, what will happen to divisional ROI and residual income. Okay. This proposal need to be evaluated for 6-month period. New proposal. New proposal. This is for 6-month period. Okay, 6 months. Contribution. Contribution. It says it has been proposed by a node manufacturing plant at 70 million, which will generate contribution of 38 million per annum. මෙයා දෙනවා contribution එක අවුරුද්දකට 38 million per annum for a 6 month. How much? It should be 19 million. This is the contribution. This particular project you have to make an investment of 70 million. In addition that, if we accept this proposal, fixed cost will increase by 3.4 million. Incremental fixed cost. Fixed cost excluding depreciation, it will increase by 3.4 million per annum for a 6-month period. It should be 1.7 million. When we are going to calculate ROI, we have deduct the depreciation as well. We are investing 70 million worth of asset. You have deduct the depreciation. Depreciation. 70 million worth of assets we have purchased. Depreciation rate given, company depreciation policy. How much? %. Yes, 15% is the depreciation rate. This is for annual depreciation for a 6-month period. 70 into 15%, 10.5 million. 10.5 million into 50%, 5.25 million. 5.25 million. Other than that, there's no other adjustment to the profit. This is the net profit of proposal. Net profit. Net profit. 12.05. 12.05 million. Okay, you can earn 12.05 million. Then investment. Investment. You have to invest 70 million on machinery and plant and equipment. Cost of plant and equipment. 70 million. 70 million. When you are going to evaluate return on investment, you will take the net book value as at the reporting date. එහෙනම් මාස 6කට පස්සේ තියෙන net book value එක ගන්න ඕනි. එතකොට මෙතන we have deduct depreciation for 6 months. Depreciation 70 million into 15% into 6 divided by 12. 5.25 million. Then you will take net book value of machinery or non-current asset. 64.75 million. 64.75 million. Is it the only investment? No. Due to this new investment, net current asset will increase by 10 million. Therefore, you have to add increased net current asset. Increased net current assets. Net current assets. Increased net current assets 10 million. Net capital employed. Net capital employed. Net capital employed 74.75 million. 74.75 million. Okay. Now this information we have filled. Now shall we calculate ROI of this investment? ROI. Net profit of the investment divided by net profit of the investment divided by net capital employed into 100. Net profit 12.05 million. Net capital employed 74.75 million into 100. What is the value? %16.12%. 16.12%. Net capital, so return on investment. Okay, RI. RI equal net profit minus cost of capital charge. Net profit 12.05 million minus capital employed 74.75 into company cost of capital given 15%. Company cost of capital එක දීලා තියෙන 15% කියලා. වාට residual income එක එනවා this is for 6 months, okay? 6 months. $6.44 million. 6.44 million. Now we need to decide whether this investment should be undertaken or not. Okay. First one. Look at present ROI is 11.06. If you undertake this new investment will give 16.12. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එකෙන් ගෙන 16.12. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? ඔයාගේ divisional ROI වැඩි වෙනවා. Simply the divisional managers accept any investment which gives ROI more than its present ROI. ඒ කියන්නේ division එකේ current ROI 11.6ට වඩා වැඩියෙන් ROI එකක් තියෙන ඕනෑම investment එකක් divisional manager accept කරනවා. එහෙනම් that condition has met. ROI is greater than 11.06. Residual income. Current residual income 9.54. After accepting new investment, if your divisional residual income will goes up, you will accept that investment. දැනට 9.54 තියෙනවා. මේ investment එක accept කරොත්, if you accept this investment, it will generate another 6.44 altogether. 9.54 plus 6.44 කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයාට එනවා 15.98. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ divisional ROI, so residual income එක වැඩි වෙනවා. If it is negative, then divisional ROI will fall. හැබැයි මෙතන වෙලා තියෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ residual income එක තියෙන්නේ positive එකක්. positive එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ project එකෙන් positive එකක් තියෙන නිසා ඔයාගේ divisional residual income එක වැඩි වෙනවා. It will goes up. Therefore, you can write it down. The proposal is financially favorable to accept. The proposal is financially favorable to accept. The proposed project may yield higher ROI than the current ROI of the division. Further, if food product division accept this proposal, accept the new proposal, the divisional residual income will increase by another 6.44 million. Okay, that is part C. Part D, almost we have earned 14 marks already. ROI improves with the age of asset. Explain with calculation how this happens using the proposal of the food product division. මේ food product division එකේ proposal එකත් එක්ක explain කරන්න කියලා කියනවා. When we are using net book value of the investment, if the same return applies, artificially it will show the higher performance when asset get old. The reason is net book value of asset will fall, income will remain constant. Okay, I will prove it. Now this proposal, annually it will generate how much? Contribution will be 38 million. Agreed. Then this is the net profit for 6-month period. Annual profit will calculate. Okay, year 1 and year 2. I will take year 1. Year 1. Year 2. Okay, year 1, year 2. First I will take cost of investment. 70 million. Second year also 70 million. Okay. Then I will deduct accumulated depreciation because each year when evaluating performance we have to take the net book value at each reporting period. Therefore, I will deduct accumulated depreciation. At 15% per annum. 70% into 15%, 10.5 million. මේ එක අවුරුද්දකට. When second year 10.5 වගේ ඒවා කොච්චරද? දෙකක්. 21 million. Accumulated depreciation එක. එතකොට first year end එකේ end of first year and end of second year you have to calculate net book value of investment, net book value of the investment. Here it is 59.5 million. Here it is 49 million. Okay. Then I will add working capital will assume remain constant over the period. Net current asset. Net current assets 10 million in each year. 10 million. Now I will take net capital employed. Net capital employed. Net capital employed. How much? 69.5 million in first year, 59 million in second year. That is net capital employed. We'll take net profit. Okay, I will work out contribution per annum. Contribution per annum. It will give 38 million each year. 38 million. 38 million. Incremental fixed cost. Incremental fixed cost. Per annum, it says 3.4 million it will increase. 3.4 million. 3.4 million. You have deduct depreciation. Depreciation. Annual depreciation is how much? 10.5 million. 10.5 million. Here also 10.5 million. දැන් මෙතන ගිහිල්ලා 21 million කියලා add කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද 10.5, 10.5, 21 cumulative. Each year we are charging as an expense. Now you can get net profit. Net profit. How much? 13.9 out of 38 expense. 24.1. 24.1 is the net profit. 24.1 million. Now we'll calculate ROI. ROI. Net profit divided by net capital employed. Okay. ROI here 24.1 million divided by 69.5 million into 100. How much? $34.68. 34.68. $34.68. Year 2, 24.1 divided by 59. $40.85. 40.85%. Now you can see When asset get old, the return on investment will goes up. Return on investment will goes up because asset get old, it will automatically improve the return. That is the answer for part D. Okay, when asset get old, ROI will improve. Okay, that is the end of 2012 December paper. We have get an idea about that illustration. Okay, now we will move to another past paper in page number 33, 2016 June. 2016 June. Okay, 2016 June we'll discuss. Now you can get an idea how to deal with divisional performance evaluation. This area mainly focused on divisional performance evaluation. Based on this illustration, you can understand how we evaluate the divisional performance. But the examination, there's a high probability to test transfer pricing section. Okay, we have to ready for both, and we have to practice pilot paper as well. I'll wipe entire thing. Okay, 2016 June, we'll read the illustration first and then determine ROI, residual income, whatever the things it has asked. Okay. 2016 June paper. June paper. Logifashion. Okay. Logifashion makes fashion product and competes on the basis of quality and leading edge designs. The company has invested 600 million in assets in its clothing manufacturing division. Clothing manufacturing. Clothing manufacturing. Clothing manufacturing. Clothing manufacturing. Investment. Investment. Investment 600 million. Pre-tax operating income from sales clothing for the year 15-16 was 150 million. Pre-tax operating income. Pre-tax operating income 150 million. Okay. The cosmetic division has invested 2000 million in assets and pre-tax operating income 400 million reported. Okay, this is clothing manufacturing division. There's another division called cosmetic division. Cosmetic division. Cosmetic division. Investment 2000 million. Investment in asset. Investment 2000 million. Pre-tax. Pre-tax operating income 400. Operating income 400 million. Okay. Income of the clothing manufacturing division has grown steadily over the last few years. The weighted average cost of capital of LF is 10% of the previous periods, and post-tax return on investment for each division was 12%. Therefore, LF had set the required rate of return on investment 12% post-tax. Post-tax required rate of return 12%. Divisional required rate of return 12%. Therefore, post-tax tax වලට පස්සේ required rate of return එක 12%. required rate of return 12%. හැබැයි මතක තියාගන්න මේක division company cost of capital companies WACC is 10% per annum. This will important when we are going to calculate, if they ask to calculate economic value addition for EVA computation. I have summarized the information. We'll see what are the other information. At the beginning of 2015-16, LF spent 120 million on a brand awareness campaign in clothing manufacturing division. Brand awareness, cost of brand awareness 120 million. 120 million cost of brand awareness 120 million in clothing manufacturing division. The impact of this expected last for 4 years. ඒක වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ළමයි අපි economic value addition එක calculate කරන්න යද්දී. මොකද normal profit loss calculate කරනකොට entire promotion no advertising cost directly charged to profit or loss. Currently we have directly charged to profit or loss. That is how pre-tax operating income 150 million being arrived. Therefore no need to worry about that adjustment. It will be adjusted in EVA computation. Okay. In arriving the operating income for the year, the full cost has been written off. Operating profit එක අරන් තියෙන්නේ ඒක write off කරලා. The clothing manufacturing division had current liabilities. Okay, current asset being not given, current liabilities given. Current liabilities. Current liabilities 220 million. Current liabilities 220 million. Why it is important? Because we have to take net working capital, that means current asset minus current liability, but current asset figure is not being given here. Debt of 250 million at the beginning. Debt එක අපිට වැඩක් නැහැ because debt include in the total asset figure. That is capital employed, already we have taken investment. Debt වෙන්න පුළුවන්, equity වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒ දෙකෙන්ම එකතු කරලා තමයි අපි invest කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Therefore investment it contain, therefore 250 million, no need to take the borrowings. LF has had told these division managers that division that performs the best in 2015-16 would get a special performance bonus. The effective tax rate on operating income making ganne 20% tax rate. Tax 20% on operating income. මෙතන tax එන්න ඕනි 20%. Okay. ඕක තමයි scenario එක. දැන් මොකද කියන්නේ? Part 1. Discuss the merits and demerits of return on investment and residual income as performance measures. ඒ කියන්නේ ROI සහ RI භාවිතා කිරීමේ වාසි සහ අවාසි මොනවද කියලා කියනවා. අපි බලමු ROI. What is the main benefit? When we are going to calculate return on investment, it include revenue minus cost, that is profit, and investment amount. You will calculate ROI. What is the percentage of return in the point of investment? If you make an investment, what is the net return you will get? Therefore, it is easy to understand and easy to present all three figures in a one figure. What are the three figures? Revenue, cost, and investment. Those three figures can be interpreted through single figure or computation ratio if we use ROI. That is the main benefit. What is the disadvantage? Sometimes some positive NPV, the project might have positive NPV, might rejected if the particular project does not yield the return equal to divisional ROI. ඒ කියන්නේ division එකේ ROI ට වඩා අඩුව project කරනකොට සමහර වෙලාවට NPV positive තියෙන project උත් reject වෙන්නේ සම්භාවිතාවයක් තියෙනවා. Okay. First we will write it down. Merits of ROI. ROI. First one write down. ROI combine. Okay, I'll write it down. First we'll write it down. Merits ROI. Merits ROI combines revenue, cost and investment into a single number which everyone can understand easily. Okay, now when your ROI is decreasing or improving, you divisional managers may allow to identify weak, what are the areas need to be improved, whether revenue need to be improved, whether cost need to be improved. Likewise, therefore, based on ROI, divisional managers are able to identify possible areas for improvement. Those are the major advantage of ROI. Then we will write it down. Demerits, disadvantage. For one is, you can previously also we have written down, ignores time value of money. On the other hand, divisional managers only accept any investment which yield more than current ROI. Then a positive NPV project might be rejected. Okay. Divisional managers only accept investments which yield more than current ROI. Some profitable investments might be rejected, which may result positive NPV to the overall company. Those are the demerits of ROI. Okay, then we will look at residual income merits. Now here there's a weakness. There's a high possibility we will reject some investment which might yield positive NPV. But here there's a possibility to select, even though ROI is not up to the division level, project which might generate positive NPV might accept. Okay, that is the main advantage of RI. Investments with positive NPV won't be rejected. Okay, the second advantage, we can apply different cost of capital rate to determine residual income based on the risk profile of each investment. සමහර වෙලාවට investment දෙකක් තියෙනවා A සහ B කියලා. Here it generates 50 million net profit. Here it generates 100 million net profit. Okay. This is a low risk investment. This is a high risk investment. Therefore, we have to apply two different cost of capital rate. Here I can apply 12%. Here I will apply 20% cost of capital charge on the investment. Based on risk profile, I have a flexibility to use different cost of capital rate when we are calculating residual income. Okay. Second advantage, write it down. Second advantage. RI will improve when earnings above cost of capital. This is more flexible to use different cost of capital rates based on risk profile of the investment. Risk profile of the investment. That is the main advantage of RI. Disadvantage, you can write it down. Demerits. Use of accounting estimates when arriving net profit. That might be the main problem. Demerits of residual income. Okay, that is the part A of the illustration. Merits and demerits of ROI and RI. ලකුණු දෙකට නම් වැඩිපුරත් එක කියලා තියෙන කමක් නැහැ. හරිද? 2 marks being given. Assess ROI and RI of clothing manufacturing division and cosmetic division. ROI සහ RI calculate කරන්න කියලා කියනවා clothing manufacturing division එකේ සහ cosmetic division එකේ. Okay, first I will select clothing manufacturing division for ROI computation. Clothing manufacturing investment 600 million, pre-tax operating income 150, post-tax required rate of return 12%, tax 20%. Therefore, we have to calculate post-tax operating profit is how much. Based on that, we have to calculate ROI. Remember, there are two methods, two ways to interpret it. First method, I will take ROI in clothing manufacturing division. Clothing. Pre-tax. Tax. Operating income. Pre-tax operating income. 150 million. Tax එක කීයද? 20% on operating income. Therefore, I will deduct 20% taxation. 150 into 20%, it is 30 million. දැන් ගන්න පුළුවන් post tax operating income. Post tax operating income. 120 million. 120 million. Here it's directly given the investment. You can take investment as 600 million. Investment. Investment 600 million. It has not specifically mentioned this 600 million investment. Net investment or gross, it has not mentioned after deducting working capital or current liability. First we will assume with the current liability. Then ROI. ROI 120 million divided by 600 million, it will be 20%. Okay, ROI of clothing division. Residual income, post tax operating income, 120 million minus cost of capital charge. How much? 600 million into 12%. 72 million. Then 48 million. What is the assumption I have made here? Assumption, the investment includes the working capital requirement. On the other hand, clothing division, there's an alternative answer. We can do like this. This is the best way I am thinking. Clothing alternative. Your operating income is okay. Post-tax operating income. 120 million. Now this investment 600 million plus or minus, here it is minus, current liabilities, current asset not being given, current liabilities. Current liabilities given 220 million. 220 million I will deduct. I am not going to make any adjustment to the brand awareness because normal ROI profit computation, it will directly charge the profit or loss. Then current liabilities I have deducted. Then net investment 380 million. Net investment. මෙතන current asset දීලා නැති නිසා මේක ignore කරලා I assume net investment is 600 million කියලා මේ විදිහට යන්නත් පුළුවන්. Now net investment 380 million, post tax operating profit 120, therefore ROI equal 120 million divided by 380 million into 100. 31.6%. Residual income will recalculate post-tax operating income. Operating income 120 million less cost of capital charge. Investment 380 into 12%. 45.6. 74.4 million is the residual income. RI. මෙතන මම මොකද කරේ? I have deduct the current liability from the investment. I have take the net investment. You can use either gross the reason here it's only given the current liability. Then you can make an assumption, since current assets are not being given, current here it is not mentioned net current liability කියලා දීලත් නැහැ. Okay, then you can make an assumption I am taking the gross investment excluding work current liability, because I have assumed current asset equal to current liability, because net current liability situation or anything not being given. Here I have assumed if it is a net current liability, this should be the calculation. That is for clothing. Next one, we have to calculate cosmetic divisions ROI and cosmetic division ROI and residual income cosmetic division. There are some complication in this illustration because it has given current liability, borrowings and all, but don't confuse. Investment 2000 million, pre-tax operating profit. මොකද අපි ROI calculate කරන්නේ post tax වලින්. Pre-tax, this is cosmetic. Cosmetic division. Pre-tax operating income. Pre-tax operating income. Pre-tax operating income. How much? 400 million. 400 million. Then deduct taxation. Tax at 20%. 80 million. Post-tax operating income. Operating income 320 million. There's no other information provided for investment, only 2000 million investment being given. No current asset, current liability not being provided. Investment 2000 million. Therefore ROI equal 320 million divide by 2000 into 100. 16%. ROI 16%. Cosmetic division එකේ ROI එනවා 16%. Okay. Residual income ගන්න post tax operating profit. Post tax operating income 320 million is the post tax operating income. Making up අපි අඩු කරමු cost of capital charge එක divisional cost of capital rate එක 12%. Cost of capital charge. Investment 2000 million into 12%. 240 million. It gives residual income of RI 80 million. RI 80 million. බැලුවොත් මේ තියෙන්නේ clothing division එකත් එක්ක බැලුවොත් මෙයාගේ RI වැඩි. හැබැයි clothing division එකත් එක්ක බලනකොට මෙයාගේ ROI අඩුයි, clothing එකේ ROI වැඩි. තේරුණාද? Clear? Now, those are the answers for part B. Now we'll see the next part, what it asks. Discuss the circumstances in which it is appropriate to use one ROI and RI as a performance measure among the division of LF. හරි. දැන් මෙතන මොන වගේ සිටුේෂන් වලටද ROI එක suitable වෙන්නේ සහ RI? As an example, LF කියන්නේ company එක. If company has an investment opportunity which yields more than 16%, okay, more than 16% investment opportunities are there, then it is better to invest in other investment without investment in cosmetic, because it gives a 16% return. If alternative investment opportunities are there, better to invest in some other alternative. More than, because this clothing manufacturing, this is a passion industry. Anyway, clothing manufacturing to be done. You can investment without investing in cosmetic, you can invest some other investment opportunity which gives more than 16% return, ROI. Clear? But assume if there's no investment opportunity, all the investment opportunities yield below 16%. Under that situation, you have to look at whether it will improve RI, residual income එක වැඩි වෙනවා නම් ඒ වගේ investment එකක් කරන එක හොඳයිද නැද්ද කියලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. Therefore, if an investment available more than 16%, you have consider other option instead of cosmetic. If there's no investment, you have to look at RI method, whether it improve the total residual income. Third one, clothing division එකට cosmetic division එක නැතුව run කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා බලන්නත් ඕනේ. Okay. First we'll write it down. අපි කලින් clothing division එකට ගත්ත කීයද? 20% return එකක් ආවා or 31.6% ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, write it down. Clothing division. Clothing division generate I will take the original. 20% ROI, 20% ROI, 20% ROI with compared to 16% from cosmetic division. 16% of cosmetic division. The company has an opportunity cost of investing in cosmetic division, if it has more profitable investment, ඒ කියන්නේ උදාහරණයක් විදියට 120 වගේ 18 ROI තියෙන ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් තියෙන මේක ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරොත් එහෙනම් මේකට opportunity cost එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකද මේකට හම්බෙන්නේ 16ක් විතරක් නිසා. Then ROI based measure is more suitable. Under that situation, ROI based measure is more suitable. Then ROI measure is more suitable. Okay. Next one, if company does okay, මේකට නැත්තම් වෙන investment opportunities නැහැ. එහෙනම් හොඳයි මොකද්ද? ඔයා බලන්න ඕනේ ROI එක නෙමෙයි. divisional ROI 16% අඩු වුණත් ආගේ residual income එක improve වෙනවා නම් ඒක undertake කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay, write it down. If company does not have any investment above 16%, any investment above 16%, or if company unable to run the operation, if company unable to run the operation without cosmetic division, RI based measures, RI residual income based measure, RI based measure is more suitable. දැන් උදාහරණයක් මෙතන positive RI එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Since there is a positive RI, this is suitable to undertake. Assume clothing division can't operate without having cosmetic, then you should not make the decision based on ROI. You should make the decision based on residual income. That's the part C. Okay, look at part D of the illustration. Assess economic value added for 2015-16 of the clothing manufacturing division. Okay, clothing division එකේ අපි calculate කරලා බලමු economic value addition එක. It has given lot of tasks to do with allocation of very pretty much of small lower marks being allocated. Okay, economic value addition also you need to calculate. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, first when we are going to calculate economic value addition, how to calculate EVA? EVA equal net operating profit after tax minus weighted average cost of capital charge. Weighted average cost of capital charge on investment. Okay. First, shall we calculate net operating profit after tax? No PAT we will calculate. Pre-tax. Pre-tax operating profit or income. 150 million. හොඳට මතක ගන්න මේ විදිහට යන්නේ සමහරට ඇබකස් එකේ තියෙන ආන්සර් එක වැරදෙන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද tax will be deducted based on operating income. It clearly says that tax 20% effective tax rate on operating income, not adjusted operating income. Therefore, I will deduct tax at 20%. That means you have to deduct 30 million. Then 120 million. What else? Here we have to make an adjustment. Cost of brand awareness. මොකද අපි මේ operating profit එකට reach වෙනකොට brand awareness cost එක we have deducted already. අපි දැන්ටම අඩු කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Therefore I will add cost of brand awareness It is 120 million I will add. 120 million I will add. මොකක්ද අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ? This cost of brand awareness, this will yield benefit over 4 years. එහෙනම් අවුරුදු 4ක benefit එක හම්බ වෙනවා. එහෙනම් එක අවුරුද්දක cost එක අපි මොකද කරන්නේ? අවුරුද්දෙන් අවුරුද්ද amortize කරගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. Therefore I will deduct amortization. Amortization 120 divided by 4, 30 million. Okay, this is net operating profit after tax, adjusted operating profit or adjusted operating profit. $210 million. Adjusted operating profit $210 million. Or we can say no PAT. No PAT. Now we will calculate the investment. Investment also will change. Investment. Current net investment. In non-current assets. It's a non-current asset. 600 million. We have made investment of 600 million. Okay. We have taken net capital employed. Then I will deduct current liabilities. Current liabilities. How much? 220 million. Current liabilities 220 million. This cost of brand awareness මේ 120 අපි එක්ස්පෙන්ස් එකක් විදිහට රෙකග්නයිස් කරන එකෙන් 30යි එක්ස්පෙන්ස් එකක් විදිහට රෙකග්නයිස් කරේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉතුරු 90 අපි ඇසෙට් එකක් විදිහට රෙකග්නයිස් කරන ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එකක් විදිහට. Therefore what I am going to do, I will add cost of brand awareness as 120 million, and I will deduct amortization. Amortization 30 million. 30 million. I think that is, those are the adjustments we need to make. Investment in non-current asset, deduct current liability. Therefore we have to take the brand awareness, part of the brand awareness cost as a investment. We have amortized 30 million. That means 90 million I have recognized as an investment. Then adjusted investment, how much? 600 minus 220 mean 380. 380 plus 120, 500. 500 minus 30, 470 million. Okay, this is capital employed. Now we will calculate EVA, adjusted net profit. No PAT. I will take no PAT, net operating profit after tax. 210 million. 210 million. Then I will deduct weighted average cost of capital charge of investment. My investment value is 470 million. What is the cost of capital rate? Remember, companies WACC, we are taking weighted average cost of capital when calculating EVA 10%. Company cost of capital rate, weighted average cost of capital rate, always to be used, WACC. 47 million. Now you can get economic value added. 163 million. 163 million is your economic value addition. 163 million. 163 million. Okay, that is end of 2016 June. 2016 June. We'll take a break and thereafter we'll look at on 2015 December.